A leaked draft of Trump's 2026 budget got out, and the scope of the cuts to vulnerable populations is really shocking. But instead of going through an itemized list of gutted programs, I thought this morning I'd focus on just one. In 2022, with bipartisan support, a mental health hotline was launched nationally. Now, similar to the 911 service, if you dial 988, you're connected to a mental health expert instead of a first responder. Now, upon answering the call, the person's directed for specialized help, whether it be for veterans, Spanish speakers, or gay youth. By every metric, the program has been an unqualified success. In 2.5 years, more than 1 million LGBT youth have turned to this service when they literally had nowhere else to turn. The Trump administration, they've decided to target this specific lifeline for termination. So let me dispense with what this is and is not about. It's not about money. This hotline option represents less than 0.1% of HHS's annual budget. To stress the obvious, the Veterans Hotline was rightfully left untouched, but for the one that's for the troubled gay kids, that would be eliminated entirely. Not a dime would be left. So clearly, some lives are worth saving while others not so much. Musk and his Doge bros apparently consider this program woke, but shockingly silent through this was the secretary of the very department in charge of the program, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. RFK, you may remember, lost his wife to suicide, so if anyone should know about the need for emergency services for the troubled, it should be him. Imagine the message this sends to children. We tell our kids, speak up and ask for help if life becomes too much for them. In many places in our country, a child will still be thrown out of the house if they come out, to say nothing of the unending abuse in school and online most of these kids suffer. Now, this administration, they're eager, it seems, to crow to their base that they're sticking it to the libs, I guess, by snuffing out the only lifeline many of these children have. On a personal level, years ago, I was involved in pressuring several bridge authorities in installing call boxes on the spans that linked directly to suicide prevention hotlines. I got pushback in the beginning. The argument I initially encountered was that these folks, they were going to jump anyway, so what was the point? Fast forward to a couple years later, those same agencies reversed course and actually honored our program, citing the documented lives that were talked into not taking that fatal leap. They said it, not me. Lives were saved. Now, take those stories and multiply them countless times over with this hotline for kids. Is this really who we're going to allow Trump and his friends to define us as? Targeting the most vulnerable kids and choosing to eliminate a program that we know will cost lives. Now, this isn't a done deal. Congress and we, the people, will get a chance to make our voices heard. I hope when it's said and done that we're better than that as a nation.